That's the one I get yelled at today. Because
It's okay.
I was in a bad mood.
I was exactly hoping you connected to see it.
Oh, right. Is what's going on with your lease?
So the guy, it's literally just one.
Okay,
He told him that. Same. It's like he should. It's like what?
Okay, talk to your friend. He's gonna wait.
No, sorry. I'm not reaching out to the guy right now. But like, I'm thinking.
No, those last second time,
What?
Aaron didn't show up.
I was here. What time did you get here? I was here at 9:30.
Yeah, but there was no plans for,
But he is gonna be responsible, so he better.
Scripts?
comply.
No,
I was here.
No. I think it's right now.
She was here.
no, Aaron didn't.
No, I was gonna fill in for Erin. But I asked her, I said, are you here for script? She said, no, I'm here for the team meeting. I'm like, okay.
No, I came for,
So tell your
Did you
friend
come late?
you're gonna pick somebody up.
5 minutes.
No,
You gotta be here on time.
And,
I'm the landlady.
and last time he was not here as well.
I think he was here.
No,
No,
was
were you
not,
late that day?
was not much.
6 people in.
With it.
And then this party started in.
Like, tomorrow, if he doesn't submit the documents, he loses the place. Then it's not-
10 o'clock.
Let him know. I put it in my podcast. Like, yes, he doesn't-
Oh, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast? What do you think of it?
So they will give it to you.
Yeah, it is good. I like it a lot.
That's what you don't know.
What channel was
Why did you lose my call?
It's on, so you can go to any place that has podcasts. I usually go to Apple Podcasts.
And then just
Um,
say, if you don't
And you
submit-
just search, or if you just
by tomorrow,
search Google Millionaire Real Estate Agent Podcast, it'll pop up.
use the word
I think that might even be a domain name, millionairerealestateagentpodcast.com. I think, I'm not sure.
If they give it to somebody else,
Need a,
okay, then do it.
need a,
And I may have something.
Can you please repeat millionaire?
Millionaire Real Estate Agent
It's gonna be good at it.
Podcast.
Have you filled out an application already?
Podcast?
Podcast, PODCAST. What are we doing over here, Sandra?
I didn't need to go see.
Sandra's got her own meeting going on.
Sorry.
Damn.
It might be better than mine. I mean, who knows? Good
You have competition?
Morning.
morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, good.
That Tempe, is Joey in here or no? Joey's a busy guy. Joey's a busy guy. All right, so we're gonna get this party started. We have some stuff to talk about. We have a lot of industry news to talk about to see where is the real estate market going, and I really want to see how it's been doing for some people. But what I want to start with is something that I did not plan on talking about today, but I think it's really important. So the statistic that I found is that 49% of all agents have sold 1 or 0 deals. What does that mean? That means there's 1.5 million real estate agents in the United States. So what's half of 1.5 million? That would be 750,000. So there's 750,000 agents that have done 1 or 0 deals in the United States. So I say that to say this.
That means I did one.
Well, that doesn't just impact the agent or the agent's family. It also impacts the community and it impacts offices. So like this office was probably like the 80-20 rule. 80% of the business is done by 20% of the agents. But that as a whole, what happens is when the transactions comes down, because let me ask you this question. If you sell less houses and make less money, do your bills get less?
No.
No, does your car leasing company care if you make less money?
No.
Does your renter or mortgage holder care if you make no, they don't, right? They can get, they just wanna get paid, so whether you make the money that you wanna make or you don't, your bills and your finances don't really care. So, and the only reason I'm saying that is that it puts stress on people. Now, I'm not saying that these things that I'm gonna talk about are happening because of the financial issues. The real thing is that I don't know why things are happening, but I do know that there have been some people that have been impacted by people that have not been nice, that people that have been rude, that people have said rude or disrespectful things or something. It happens in a transaction, it happens in a situation, it happens in all relationships, right? If somebody that you know or that you're working with or you're around is rude, disrespectful, not nice, just remember that you don't know what's going on with that person, right? Something could be going on with that person in their life that they're not gonna share, and it's unfortunate, but it's gonna get taken out on you. So you have to, it's kind of like one of the core values that we have here is this, if you look at our belief system down there on the wall, it says communication. Seek first to understand. So I would like to hope that, you know, when somebody acts like an a-hole, excuse me, that they're not actually an a-hole, right? That there's something happening with them, or there's an issue there, there's a mindset, there's something going on, that it's your turn to be kind. And when somebody gives you an attitude or gives you rudeness or gives you something like that, that's not something against you. What it is an opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for you to be kind to another person who may not get kindness throughout the rest of their day. It's kind of like when you say something nice to somebody. Like if you're like, oh my God, you have such amazing shoes today. Or like, you know what, I really like your hair today. Or if you say something nice to somebody, think of it this way, that may be the only nice thing that person hears the entire day. Because you don't know what their life is like when they're not around you. So as hard as it may be, if somebody is rude, disrespectful, unkind, that's just an opportunity to show who you really are when the rubber meets the road. Does that make sense? And we've all been a part of like a situation where somebody's not been nice to us. So we, as Keller Williams, as a whole, what I'd like to embody is the culture of just being kind. And sometimes you're kind and it doesn't pay off, and something negative happens. But guess what? That's the energy that you're putting out into the world, and why would you want to put out something different? And if somebody wants to be like that, just let them be like that. You just let it go. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I just got off a phone call with somebody that was not happy about something, and it just kind of sparked this conversation because I've been dealing with a lot of this in the world lately, and I just think it's important to always have that message, because regardless of who you are, like 100% of your leads, 100% of your sphere of influence, 100% of everybody you know, we're all people, right? We're all just people. And I would want to believe that for the most part, that we're all trying to do the best that we can, because we all have a story that we're saying inside of our head about what life is supposed to be like. So my story about Goldie, I can guarantee you, is not her story about me. We all have a story. And my job is to understand what her story is before I try to present what mine is to her. So it's communication, seek first to understand. If you guys have an issue with an agent or like, and doing this for 20 years, I cannot tell you some of the negative conversations that I've had with agents on the other side of transactions. And that people just need to get the deal done. I actually had an agent call me and say, I have a college tuition to pay. I have to get this deal done. The deal has nothing to do with the fact that he has a college tuition to pay. But he's, you know, he's feeling that stress and that pressure. And I can give you 1,000 examples. But my point is that the only thing that we can control is us and our response to the outside world that affects us. And being kind, being nice, and sometimes when somebody is rude, disrespectful, unkind, sometimes the best thing we can do is just listen to them. Let them get it out and then move on. Because guess what? If you spread kindness, kindness will come back to you. It's karma. Karma doesn't pay off right away sometimes, immediately. Still waiting for it to hit my ex-wife, but you know, it will come around. I have faith. Just kidding, just kidding. Please, nobody tell my ex-wife this. What is this? So this is to make sure that I know which button to push. This is how nice my staff is. They like push, don't push anything else, push that button. I like it. It's even on for me. I love it. It's perfect. I'm gonna just leave it on there because I will probably forget halfway through the presentation. But it still doesn't work.
That's why they put this.
Frank,
Yes,
before you go on, I just wanted to say that that doesn't really justify somebody like being rude to me, unprofessional to me when I'm really acting in a professional manner, a nice manner. I know they may have their own problem, but.
yeah,
But maybe they have another reason to distort this deal. I mean,
you're absolutely right. It doesn't justify it.
it does.
But it's not your job to create justice. Your job is to handle the situation that's being dealt to you. And so you get a choice. When somebody says something to you or acts a certain way to you, you have a choice on how you want to handle it. So you can handle it the same way they handled it, which is like this. They're like this, and then you can be like that. Is that like, I'm excited about the new movie coming out, Roadhouse, right? Anybody ever watched the original movie? It's a classic. It's an amazing.
Patrick Swayze classic.
Yes, there's a line in that movie that is probably one of the best lines in movie history that nobody even pays attention to, and they put it in the new movie, and I'm super excited about it. He's in the doctor's office, and they're like, so you like to fight? Do you ever win any of them? And he goes, nobody ever wins in a fight. Nobody ever wins in a fight. There's always a price to pay, always. So you have this and you have this. So you can choose, you can do this. And you know what? Let's say you do win. It's gonna be momentarily, because I guarantee you that if you say something that negatively impacts that person to push them down because they said something negative to you, you're gonna feel bad about it later. Some point, it's gonna happen. But this is what you need. This is the hard part, is that when somebody's like this, you have to be like this. You have to stop it. And there's lots of ways to stop it. You just have to decide what's the best way to stop it. A lot of times stopping it is just backing up, not doing anything. And just let that person get out what they need to get out. Because most of the time when somebody's rude, disrespectful, not nice, it has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. It has something to do with them. So the best thing you can do if somebody's rude or disrespect in a deal, or they're, you know what? Take a step back and then make your decision. There's another line in the movie that he talks about how to fight somebody that's coming at you. And he says, step back and then swing. He's like, he's got a knife. He goes, step back and swing. So the guy swings a knife, he takes a step back. It's a classic martial art move. I've been in martial arts for since I was 16. So it's a classic martial art. Somebody lunges at you, you take a step back, they've exposed themselves, and then you hit them. So the best way to do that is that a hit is not always a violent move. Sometimes a hit can be a misdirection. So when somebody does something to you, the best thing you can do is take a step back. Assess the situation, and then make a decision on how you want to respond. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Was that helpful?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. All right, let's go on to the next slide. Do I need to click this thing? No, that didn't work either. There we go. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, so that was, I wanna say that was good. That was to tell me something. Does anybody else have something good or something positive that we can plateau off of that's happened this last week? Any deals? Any good things? Anything? Do you have anything going on? You had something going on. Anything positive?
I did, yes. You know what? Have someone who, I'm just waiting on one last document from a guy.
Yep,
I just want him to perform so bad.
Yep.
That way I can close on his leads finally.
nice.
Just sign a thing. I'll be done with it.
There you go. Where'd you get the lead from?
Man, I don't even want to say it. It's embarrassing.
What? No, it's not embarrassing. You're just starting out.
So I just was doing something like, just as an experiment.
As long as it's not illegal.
No, it's not.
All right, good.
Just wanted to do something, kind of like as an experiment, because I was looking through like a lot of trainings of people doing basically value adds to like transactions. So my whole angle was I wanted to focus on doing at least from a tenant side, just to be able to say, hey, I can do it, right? From start to finish. I went on Craigslist and I was looking for people who were looking for apartments and, people who seemed like they had like a decent range for their apartments.
So you got off of Craigslist because you were hunting on
I
Craigslist. Okay.
made an email, I told them my value add of like, hey, man, I'll look for the apartment for free, just to be ready and willing to sign a lease and have
There you go.
decent credit.
So what he did, I mean, Craigslist, I haven't been on Craigslist in years. Like, I didn't even know that was still a thing. But you know what you can do is that you go on social media and you can find people. You can go to groups and find people and you can go to, so like what I do is part of the way I recruit and help people is that I go on social media. If you go on these realtor groups that are out there, there's a ton of agents that need help, ton. It's more than I've ever seen in my entire life. And you go on there and you just offer to help them. You just offer, hey, what can I do to help you? I have a framework that can help you. Give me your email address. Let me send you some stuff. And then you start giving value to people. Because listen, I can recruit people to this office, but I can also recruit people to Florida, to Georgia, to New York. Like I can recruit them everywhere. So I'm just always online at night. I always take some time to go through my groups in Facebook to see who needs help and what can I do. What are we gonna say, Sandra?
I have something good.
What do you got?
We were talking about it yesterday with Oscar.
Yep,
It's a new program that is coming up in April, Green for All.
yes,
Program, it's a lending, it's a shared, equity. What's interesting is they can loan you up to $150,000.
yep,
It's gotta be for your first purchase.
yep,
It's gotta be a place where you're gonna live. It cannot be an investment property.
yep,
And we need to get all our buyers ready because by April 1st or April, I don't know when in April, but
Yeah.
so we have to have all our buyers just ready to go.
Yeah.
Not apply when it comes, or not start getting them ready then, just get them ready now.
Yeah.
Because we had kind of the same program last year and,
yeah, it went away fast.
oh my God,
So
week
fast.
it was gone.
10
by.
days. 10
10
days,
days.
$200 million.
See, it just was like bam. So
That's what happens when you show California people money. Like-
it's free money, what are they called?
The
It's a
program is
silent
Green for All.
It's a
Yeah,
silent second because it doesn't show
Yeah.
up, you don't have to qualify for the 150. Well, you do, but
so this is something that everybody should talk to Oscar about to make sure they get the details, and then it's 100% a good reason to call everybody you know in your sphere of influence. Even you're like, oh, that guy owns $1 million, $2 million, $5 million property. He's not gonna buy anything. He doesn't need it. But you're not talking to your sphere of influence because they need it. You're talking to your sphere of influence because they might know somebody. And that's how you start the conversation.
Green for all something.
We'll get Oscar on here. I think he's gonna be on the call. I'll have him
Yeah.
mention a little bit about it, but
What's
that's,
the name again? Green for all, what?
California Drink for All. Also, there's something probably important too to mention, some caveat is, apparently this time around, instead of, they were doing it the first year, the first come, first served basis.
yep.
This year, they're doing it on the lottery system, so you
Well,
just have to get lucky.
Let me say, just with the government in California, let me just, don't hold your breath. Do your best, get all the information from Oscar and he'll help you out. So that's awesome. That's great information. What else do we have? Anything good or positive that's happened last week? No? All right, I'm gonna move on. You guys are all scared to talk this morning.
I'm saving mine for my portion.
There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so I just heard this and it wasn't from this person, but Aisha Taylor had this quote and she wrote a book. She's an actress in Hollywood. It says, success is not the absence of failure. It is the persistence through failure. It's the persistence and the hard stuff and the crap you have to go through to get to where you want to go. That's what makes success. And this is very apropos to what's happening in the real estate market right now because it is not fun. It is not fun. And we're going to go over market statistics. So, hope you like that quote. Next, family reunion, February 25th through 29th. This is gonna be probably I've been doing this for 20 years. This is probably gonna be the best family reunion I've ever been to. They have Mel Robbins, who wrote the 5-second rule. They have Tony Robbins, which, I mean, if you haven't heard of Tony Robbins, like, then we have to have a different conversation. They're all gonna be there. Plus, Gary Keller's gonna go over the state of the company and his vision. And then we also have Tracy Tofty, who's going to be on a panel for international referrals for luxury real estate agents. And honestly, it's so close. It's a 3.5 hour drive. It's a 30-minute flight. You should all be going to family reunion because the networking opportunities there are just insane. The referral opportunities there are insane. And if you guys want to talk a little bit more about it, let me know. I think the tickets are like $1,000, but I actually have a hack that I think I can get you a deal on a ticket if you want to still go. So just come talk to me afterward. But I'm excited. Joey, did you get your room? Joey waits the last second to get his room all the time.
I got an Airbnb,
In
per
the
your
building, I
suggestion.
got one?
What's that?
My same building?
I don't know. I glommed on a bunch of people. I got 4 people. So,
All in one room?
yeah, all in one room, in a house,
All right.
I was in that in a room.
with
He
a
always
pool.
waits till the last second.
The
And then
house
he's
has a
like in this
pool.
weird off place that's not close to anybody. No. But it's gonna be, this is really gonna be a fun family reunion. Joey's going, we have a whole bunch from Keller Williams Ford Living people going. And so I would love for a lot of you guys to be there. Are you going? You going? What? Not, what? No.
I gotta talk to you about this hack.
Yeah. Oh, no, we got the hack for you. We got the hack.
Me too. About that.
100%. You have probably, because of your Russian, you probably have the best opportunity for referrals. Because you know how many people that I know that are going to Russian?
2, 1.
If he goes 1, so, but yeah, so we'll talk. New agent coming to Keller Williams, Catherine Yang. We're super excited to have her here. So if you guys see, is Catherine on by any chance or no? No? If you see Catherine around, make her feel welcome. We're super excited to have her here. Happy birthday to Albert.
Oh, wow.
Albert.
I'm getting older, but not wiser.
We're in the same boat. I get it. I get it.
It's California.
I want to think I'm getting smarter, but everybody reminds me I'm not. But 25?
And a few.
And a few, got it. 25 plus, right? And listen, we should stop saying that you're getting older and we should just say that you're leveling up, right? I'm on level 50. I'm gonna be on level 54 this year. So it just makes it sound better, right? Sarah, Vanessa, Jalen, Sue Stevens. I think Sue is on here. She's usually on. Happy birthday, Sue. And then Montana Alexander. So happy birthday to everybody. We appreciate you guys being here. Ooh, now it worked. That's cool. So I'd like to say congratulations to
Wow.
Tracy Tofty for capping in our office. So if she was here, we would give her this hat. It says capper on the back. If you cap, so for everybody that doesn't know what capping is, we have a cap in the office of $30,000. And when your husband and wife, that gets split in 2. And if you've been here and have special treatment for other people, it might be a little different, but
What do you mean split into 15 and 50?
husband and wife get a split cap.
Doesn't that
Yeah.
sound easy?
Is your husband licensed? Well, go get him licensed. We'll hook you up. But anyway, so once.
I don't need them.
No.
Joe, I'll go in on that with you. Yeah. Let's do it.
You know what?
Don't get too excited. They share a
I
cap. They
know,
don't
and this
split a
is
cap.
going,
They share
I'm
a cap.
losing control of the train. So.
We'll
this
move
is
in
the-
with Joey.
So
They
the way
share a
capping
cap.
works- the way capping works is that when you sell enough real estate, so you're on an 80-20 split, that 20% goes toward the office, and then when that cap is reached, you become 100% commission, and then we don't take money away from you. And that's the goal. It's my job to help you build a business to where we don't take any money away from you, and Tracy reached that. This is her hat, and she is our first capper of the year. So Tracy, are you on?
Already this year?
Well, so like if you joined
Yes.
in March, your cap goes until March, so. Tracy, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tracy.
Thank you.
So we're gonna talk about, so I'm super excited because we're working on March award ceremony. And we have a lot of really cool awards that we're gonna be giving out for that. So I want everybody that has sold any real estate in this office to be excited about what's coming up. But congratulations, Tracy. We're super excited that that happened for you. Me too, because I get to spend our money. Productivity update, is Aaron on? No, he's not on. I know Aaron had another thing that he was doing today, so you can reach out to him.
You know,
I am not skillful enough to do that, so,
Good. These guys know how to.
yeah, no, we're gonna move.
Bring me up on 2 class.
There we go. Broker moment, Rich Pisani, I don't think he's on. Rich is always available. He's always been pretty accurate to get back to me quickly. So Rich Pisani at kw.com. You can always go through me to help you out as well. We have Westwood Escrow update with Goalie. How are you doing, Goalie?
I don't know, is Yadira on here? She just opened an escrow. Thank you so much. She uses Clearmark Title and me for her escrow needs, so we appreciate you in case you're listening. And everybody else, we're here for you. Anything you need, just give me a call.
Yadira's not on.
And to Goldie's point, when you have a team that's working together for a shared interest, it really does move the needle. So, thank you for using Clearmark and Westwood Escrow. They work together, more often, and they understand each other's rhythm, right? You throw Oscar on top of that, and you have, I would assert, a very, very magical equation.
Well, and just so you know, like, I always tell people, like, I don't have 9 to 5 hours. I have to wake up to go to sleep. I'm sitting on my couch last night. I'm not sure what I was watching. I was watching something, and I get a phone call, and my wife and I are sitting on the couch. I'm like, Goalie's calling me. My wife's like, answer it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna answer it. Of course I'm gonna answer it. And so I answer it, and like, we had a whole conversation about, she had a question about something with agents in the office and some escrow stuff, and like, we hashed it out, and,
It worked out beautifully, by the way.
Awesome. Well, and see, that's when you ask me my opinion. I know that you know what you're doing. I know that you're a professional. I know you've done this. And so I never want to say, you know what, do this, because I feel like you already have the skills, the leadership and everything to make the best decision. And that's why we had that conversation.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
That what you did last night was totally about women are from Mars, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I needed a sounding board.
Yeah.
And you told me exactly, you listened.
Yeah.
And then you told me to run with it, and I ran with it, and it worked out beautifully. So I'll keep on it up.
The way I operate is that I'll trust until I have a reason not to trust. And then if I don't trust, that just means I need to help you a little bit. And that's all that is. But I trust your ability, your thought process, your gut, and the fact that you have the experience that you have. Like, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, she's got this. Like, I didn't even worry about it after I got off the phone, but I was excited to talk to you about it.
Taking my call.
Absolutely, all the time. So,
Wow, babe, that's quite the compliment.
well, I'm sorry, honey, what was that?
That's quite the compliment. She referenced men are from Mars, women are from Venus in a conversation with you. I'm impressed.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Goalie. I just got points at home.
He's evolving right before our very eyes, Tracy.
So awesome. But Goalie's amazing, guys. So if you're gonna open escrow, use her. I would absolutely do that. Next, we have.
Oh,
Jerry
hey,
from Clearmark Title. How you doing? How you doing?
Joe, before we go Mars and Mars, or is it Mars, Venus? How are we gonna work this domestic partnership out?
You know what?
We'll figure it out.
It's the love that counts.
There's a lot of love. Jerry with Clearmark Title. It's nice to see you guys. As Goalie mentioned and Joey mentioned, Frank mentioned, we're all in this thing together. We're constantly behind the scenes having conversations with Rocket, with Goalie about how we can help elevate your business and help you out. I don't know a lot of you, but I woke up today and said, oh my God, it's the end of January. So I don't know, raise your hand if you're like where your goals are. Are we at that point yet? You are there, of course you are. But I think it's time to like take a look at what we're doing and find ways that we could get more appointments. I think more appointments lead to more conversions and more sales. And so we're strategizing about how to do that. So how do we integrate our farm with Command, and how do we do vice versa. And so we've been having these meetings about, they're training me to get more, how do I say this, to get better at using Command and helping you guys with Command too. So we can pull data from our website, upload that to your website or to Command and have that go into your reminders and that sort of thing. So we can talk about your GPS, we can talk about reaching out to people, but on the market side, I'd love for you guys to get more comfortable with like pulling prelims, like just reach out and just say, hey, I got a listing appointment. Can we pull a prelim for that property? It's free, it's easy. The more familiar we get with those things, the better. And then what else was it? Oh, multiples. I don't know, Frank, I don't know if you're seeing this, but they're back. Like we're having multiples on deals right now. So, you know, let's try to just get you in front of more people and just try to dig up some more opportunities because there's still a shortage and there's still a lot of multiples that are happening right now. So, yeah, we're here to help you.
Multiple offers.
Multiple offers. Yeah. I just
Only
can't
gonna
even.
get worse. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're heading in like it's just about to get worse. And as the rates come down, and I'll let Oscar talk about this, but for a point dropped is 5 million more buyers out into the market. And so so those that might have been eligible the week before might not be eligible now. So it's just complicated things. So sit with us, sit with Oscar, talk to Goalie, and we'll give you some talking points before you go on these appointments, but we're here to help support you and grow your business. So thank you. Yeah, buddy.
I'm just wondering, there's been a couple of agents here like starting to do open houses like me.
Yeah, great.
And I'm just wondering, how much do you guys offer the title reports for? Like if I wanted to say, hey, I want to pull a title for this.
Just reach out. It'd be good for you to see it. You know, I think it's important for
Have
us
you
to
met with
get.
him yet?
No, not for.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just sit down and do that. And I'll show you how to do it and we could pull it for you. It's a great
We have
exercise.
lots of other resources too.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Cool. And then also, farming around those listings, right? Like I said this the other day and I really mean it. We know the agents that are using your listings to market themselves, right? People come to us and say, there's a brand new listing in my neighborhood. It's 123 Banana Street by whatever. And I'm like, that's not your listing. Like, yeah, but we're going to use that listing to prospect. So circle prospecting is important. So if you are sitting in an open house, let me know what that address is, and then we can get you some information about the neighbors that are around that particular listing. So take advantage of that too. Cool.
Awesome. You saw Yadira's right behind you, right?
Oh. I didn't hear you, what?
No, I'd say Yadira is right behind you, right? All right, so Jerry, Clearmark Title, we have advanced group property inspections. So Mary Kay, if you need any home inspection service, this is probably one of the best ones that are out there. That's her QR code that you can use and see the multitude of other services that she does, but they're amazing. We love her. We have Oscar from Rocket Mortgage. Oscar, you on? Oscar had a flat today, so.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so, you know, other affiliates have had flats too, and you know, we know how that goes.
Fun.
Not saying it.
Too soon.
But guys, if you need any lender stuff, ask Oscar. He's super knowledgeable. Like Sandra was saying, there's a lot of different programs out there. And let me tell you this. We have an issue right now. We have an offer out and we're trying to get it accepted, and the buyer is going through Chase Bank.
No.
Yeah, right? I just figured I'd say that and let the audience make their little noises. You know what? It's if you've ever dealt with a bank, I've only had one bank ever that it's been an amazing transaction, and it was an outlier because of the client. Like if you go to Bank of America, there's like this special client thing if you make a lot of money that they have that kind of puts them above everybody else. That was great. Other than that, Wells Fargo, Chase, any bank that I've dealt with has always been a struggle when it comes to mortgages, because that's not where their bread and butter is, right? Their bread and butter is the late fees that they charge you when your account gets overdrafted, their ATMs, stuff. So it's always good to have somebody that is not a bank to help out, to ask questions to, and that's what Rocket is, that's what Oscar is. So that's just contact information. We always have it. We can send it out to you. Oscar's a great guy. I've known him forever. And with my NHD, if you need NHD for your property, Kevin Polizzi, he's going to be teaching a class coming up, and we'll have that information for you as well. So Elite Westside Coaching. We've been getting a lot of traction on this. We've had a good turnout. I'm super happy with everybody that's shown up. If you have not shown up to this class, we actually talk about a lot of really cool and fun things. So one of the things we talked about, this is my notes from the last one we did on Monday. So we talked about the number one thing out there being attention, that you're trying to get attention on yourself. And one of the quotes I heard this last week is that all content is marketing and all marketing is content. Now think about that. Everything you do is marketing and everything you do is content. And everything that we're trying to do in this world is gain people's attention. And so there's only 4 ways to do that. You do that through your warm phone calls for people you know, cold calls and cold outreach that you do, content that you provide to people, and then there's paid advertising. So in the coaching, I go through and we talk about where your business is and how we can help it grow. Know, like, trust, and all of this fun stuff. So I would love to see more people here. We're getting a lot of people coming in, and I think it's working. Who came to the class last week? What'd you think? Yeah. Mitra, what'd you think?
Well, each time that I attended and I left the class, I said, oh, I'm glad I made it and
Yeah.
attended the class. Right, it's gonna motivate you, things that you know, but you don't do it.
Yeah. So, and the class is not a class of me just standing up here and talking. I want to have it be interactive. And what happened last time, can I use you, Yakov, is what we talked about last week?
Yeah.
So Yakov came in, and I think Yakov has an amazing opportunity because he's very diverse. He knows Russian. You are Russian, right? You play piano. You taught piano for years, and so you have this skill set. And so, you know, Tracy chimed in with, I don't remember exactly what Tracy's idea was, but something about piano, about using the piano. And then I made a suggestion about the piano. And then Sandy was sitting here and talked about, actually, I like Sandy's idea was that he plays a song on the piano and he plays the same song on the piano every day until he gets a deal. And it's just like so many things that you can do with that. And then I suggested, like, you pick an artist, like, what's the art? You remember the artist you said to me? Who was it?
Gorovitz.
Who?
Gorovitz.
Horowitz. So I said, play a song by Horowitz and then talk about the real estate or the lack of real estate or something real estate related that evolved around him. And then that's as far as I took it. Sandy, while she was sitting right here, looked up Horowitz and all of his real estate that he had. And he has like millions upon millions of dollars worth of real estate. It's like, there's ways to tie it into little things you do. But the thing is that Tracy chimed in with the piano aspect, and then we all kind of jumped in to kind of help him out a little bit. And that's what this coaching is supposed to be, is that we all are here to help each other. Because guess what? I'm not as smart as y'all think I am. And some of y'all are smarter. And so, like, if we all work together, we can all be smart together.
There is a guy on Instagram that maybe you're the next one. He goes to open houses and he plays the piano. So he's got millions of followers, and he's like, do you have a grand piano in your home? And the camera goes in and he plays.
He's agent?
Yeah, he's not an agent, but he highlights other agents, property agents. So like you have such a niche with your piano playing and with your taps.
I don't
Yeah.
have it
That's
here.
awesome. That
It's-
would be nice to have you in our open house.
We had it last time.
That's cool. That's great stuff. So I would love to see more people here. It'll be Friday. All right, new listings. We have some cool ones. Vanessa Montiel, she talked about this at the last team meeting in Paramount for $325,000. If that doesn't have a ton of offers and already in escrow, I'd be shocked. Alper, and actually Goli, I'm gonna have you reach out to her. I think Goli left. Alper and Joe Harper in Los Angeles, 4650. Where'd you guys get that from? Sphere of Influence, got it. Alper and Joe, another one in Harper, same building, what's that about?
Yep, 4 units.
Nice. Lena Samagolina on Goshen, $995,000. John Teen, Rashiti, Summertime in Culver City for $519,000. David Israeli on Clinton for $3,600 in Charlotte. Newcastle and Encino, 3190. Lots of leases going on. Congratulations.
They're really hot.
She is. Oh, you're hiding back there. I can't even see you. Where did you Where did you find that client from?
My friend.
Your friend. There you go. Perfect. That's perfect.
You can see my listings. I have 2 listings.
It's not in the MLS. I looked for it. I couldn't find it.
So tell me about your listings.
I think I told you last week, and I'm surprised that you don't have them.
Yeah,
Up
we
there.
usually see things that pop up, so.
Investor properties, all cash, 92nd Street.
And they're not in the MLS or they are?
Yeah, that's surprising.
Can you double check for me after the team meeting? 'Cause I don't want to miss any of your
That's really
listings.
surprising.
Yeah. All right, closings, we have David Israeli, 1950, what's for 1950? Good Lord. How big is that? That's what I want. David Israeli again, 3,600 on Bedford, then Sharam, 3,000 on Windsor Way. I know he's walking around here somewhere. Vanessa Montiel, 4,500 on Dandelion. Soraya, 2 times, one on Royal Woods and one on Hamlin, 2.425 and 650,000. Congratulations to all of you guys. All right, let's talk about the housing market. This is a fun conversation. So I put the slides together, at least my part, like I do not take credit for the entire thing. That's mostly Sandy and Laura. But I put my part together usually the night before. And so like after I put it together is when I go to sleep. Sometimes when I'm looking at the real estate market, I have a hard time going to sleep after I put it together. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So check this out. Inventory is down. New listings are down. Purchase loans are down. Everything's down. Right now, year to date, year over year, everything has been down. In fact, the CEO of KB Homes makes this comment. Housing market inventory is so scarce that builders will be in the driver's seat for years to come. What does that mean? That means they're going to build what they want, when they want, and how they want. And how are they going to make the most money when they build something? Probably building rental units, probably
Tiny
building
little
apartment
places that
complexes.
are so expensive.
Because in my opinion, I have a whole conspiracy theory that we could probably do a whole team meeting on, is that they've artificially deflated inventory because they're going to make more money in the long run if they do that. And they're building more rental units because the large investors and the corporate investors out there are making a lot of money on rental units. So that was a very, very bold statement that he made, and he's getting a lot of kickback for it. But the mortgage delinquencies are on the rise. So this is a very interesting thing to talk about because I got into real estate in 2003 and I started marketing to foreclosures. And I didn't know what I didn't know. So I didn't really understand the whole foreclosure thing. The only thing I knew is that people were in default. And when I went to list their house, they had equity. And I thought that was amazing. And then 2008 happened and people did not have equity and people had a short sale and I had to figure out a short sale. And instead of figuring out a short sale with my real estate team, I just hired somebody to figure it out for me and handle the short sale. So I'm like, oh, you have a short sale here. My guy will handle it. Here, my guy will handle it.
That was a mistake.
It was not a mistake. It actually worked out very well for me because I ended up selling a lot of homes that normally I wouldn't have done because the whole short sale process is a nightmare. It's terrible. I hate it.
I did it and it was okay. I loved it.
You know, some of us have our things that we like. I don't like short sales. I don't like leg day, but
Extra work, a lot.
it's a lot of extra work. And the thing is that, I try to manage my time, but today is neither of those times. So people, the amount of foreclosures, even if they say the foreclosure rates have doubled, that actually doesn't mean much because they're already so low that if they tripled or quadrupled, they wouldn't even be close to what's happening in 2008 or in any other time. But the other thing that's happening is that they're not taking the homes back. There are some short sales that are popping up, but they're few and far between. And there's no REOs out there. They're what the banks are doing is they're working out the deals with people. They're negotiating, they're extending timelines, they're modifying loans, they're doing all of this, huh?
They're doing arrears.
they're doing whatever they can do to not take the house back, because I think what they learned is that it's not dollar productive for them to take it back. So they're trying to figure it out. But what that does is that gives you guys an opportunity, because if somebody's not paying their mortgage, it's creating stress, it's creating issues, it's creating a lot of different crazy dynamics in somebody's life. And if you can give them an opportunity and show value that maybe they can get out with some equity, rent, rebuild, fix their situation, become that advocate for them, that is a great opportunity. But what do you have to do to actually do that with people?
Talk to them.
You have to talk to them. You have to have a conversation with them, because this is the thing. Inventory is down. If foreclosures are going up and people are missing, if you look at the national debt with people's credit card debt, it's higher than it's ever been before. So there's a lot of people out there that have over leveraged themselves. But with inventory being down in January, there's crazy offers happening right now this second. So Tracy and I took out a buyer that we had this last weekend. Anybody see my video about the lockbox on the door? It's pretty funny.
Was it a super?
It was a super, it was a little hanging door that you could just take the lockbox off. But I knew a bunch of the agents that we went to the open house with, and we went to one open house and it was packed. Probably 15 people walking through the open house. We went to another open house and I talked to the agent and it was packed as well. There was like a line. And they were like the Gestapo at the front, like with the thing, they're making everybody sign in. And which is what you should do. And I was talking to the agent and I was like, hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I just did an open house the other day on Labrador and there's 250 people through the door.
Wow.
250 people. I don't know if Tracy's still on, if she can tell me how many offers they had on both the properties that we submitted on. But it was like 10, 12, 15,
That pushes prices
50,
up.
$60,000. It's like it's 2 years ago. Everything, all contingencies removed, appraisal, even the clients like, take the appraisal off the table. We're like, but, they're like, nope, take it off the table. So the opportunity is out there right now. And this is the thing. You can't just expect your people to know it. You have to call them and have a conversation with them. You have to be the Pied Piper and the Yankee Doodle that's like running around there telling everybody what's going on in the market and how everything's playing out. So I started thinking, how do I explain this to you guys? Because when you don't call and you don't want to call, what is that called?
Laziness?
Give me another word.
Scared.
Here.
Give me another word. Trying to lead you down a path here. Procrastination. That's right, procrastination. So why do we procrastinate? We all do it. We all do it. Trust me, there's days I skip the gym because I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym today. And so I figured like, I'll figure out how to do something different and just skip the gym today. It never works out. But procrastination. There's 3 things that contribute to procrastination. The first one is anxiety. The thought of doing something that you know you have to do, but scares you, so you avoid it. This happens a lot when you call your people because you know you have to do it, but you don't know what to say, you don't know how to say it. But if you did it, would it work out better for you? Would things be better if you actually did it? That's what you have to overcome and think. And that's what I say to myself when I go to the gym. I know as soon as I'm walking to my car and leaving the gym, I'm going to feel better and I'm going to feel accomplished. Right? I hate going. I hate being there. But when I leave, I'm like, oh yeah, it was really cool that you did that. So it's a form of fear. That's really all it is. And the only way you can combat fear is by leaning into it and going head on into it. When you're calling your people, find something to talk to them about. So what I do is if I'm calling somebody that I haven't spoken to in a while and I'm like, man, this is going to be an awkward conversation. What I'll do is I'll go to social media and I'll find something that connects me to that person. Did they just go to a football game? Did their kid just have a birthday? Like what happened that I could call them up and say, hey, I just saw this and blah, 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 and start the conversation. I try to figure out a way to overcome that anxiety. I don't typically get anxiety. That's not who I am. But I am the second one. The second one is rebelliousness. Like I do not like being told what to do. Ask Tracy. I do not like being told what to do. Do not tell me what to do. So that is pushback against any type of authority. You typically find this, like, anybody have teenagers? Millennials, whatever, like, have you ever tried to tell them to do something?
No, they know everything.
They know everything. So rebelliousness is like, you know you have to do it, but you're not gonna do it because the man wants you to do it, right? You know, the authority wants you to do it. I'm sitting here telling you to do it, and you're like, I'm 1099 employee, I have my own business, I'm gonna do what I wanna do, I'm gonna do what I think is best. It's just an innate character that people have, but you have to go back and say, is this going to help me and benefit me in the long run? The third one is boredom. I suffer from this as well. And I always try to explain to people, like, listen, yes, selling Sunset looks amazing. $1 million listing looks amazing. In reality, there is nothing sexy about real estate. Nothing. The money is made on the back end of sitting on your phone and making phone calls and having conversations a lot of times that you don't want to have. And like Tracy is on the phone with our buyers this weekend, and the last 2 weeks, she's had some of the most aggressive phone calls with people because some people think they know better, some people don't understand, and sometimes they try to take it out on you and they're not nice. And I'm sitting here watching all of this happen. That's not the sexy part of it. And it's like, it's not super exciting to sit on the phone and make phone calls all day. It's boring. It's boring. So there's nothing exciting about what you're doing. But that is where success lives. The lead generation aspect of making the phone calls, being consistent and being bored while you're doing it, that's where your success is going to come into play. Yes.
Like fighting teeth and nails.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
It's so tough. It's cutthroat
Yep.
at its best right now.
It is. And like I said, we go back to the conversation at the very beginning about people not being nice. Like there's people out there, there's agents out there that have a deal right now. And they may have bills to pay that they haven't been able to pay, and they may not know where their next deal is coming from. And they may not be in a good place. And you have to understand that where that person is coming from, you have to just help them. And sometimes that's not being, that is not sometimes, but all the time, that is not being rude or disrespectful back to them. You have to just be understanding, and you have to do what's best for your client. You don't make the decisions, your client does, and you just have to be professional when it comes to those things. But the success is in the boring work. So the reason a lot of you guys are here and that I've grown offices and I've grown teams and I've done all that is not because, like, I've posted these videos on YouTube and TikTok and people are like, oh my God, that's amazing, I want to join your office. It's because I've literally sat in my office and called and texted agents, and that's it. Same text over and over again, same call over and over again. And I just sit there and I do that for hours. That's how I grow an office. That's how I grow a team. That's how you grow your business. Sit down for 2 to 3 hours, text, phone call, and email everybody personally. And then the money will come. You just have to be patient. And this is the other thing. When you go back to this slide, inventory is down, new listings are down, purchases are down. And this is purchase loans. So the loans that are being written, that's what that says. So if everything is down, that means whatever activity you did last year to get what you got, if you weren't happy with that, you're gonna have to do 4, 5, 6 times more than what you did the year before. Does that make sense? And I know that's not something everybody wants to hear. Yeah, you're gonna have to work harder. You're gonna have to work harder and smarter, and I hate that term. But smarter, what I mean is that when I call Yakov and he doesn't answer, and I leave him a voicemail and he doesn't call me back, the smarter part is, instead of trying to contact as many people as I possibly can, how do I stop and figure out how to contact Yakov because he's not calling me back? So if he calls me, if I call him and he doesn't answer, I wait a second, I call him back. If he still doesn't answer, I leave him a voicemail. And then I shoot him a text message, and then I drop a note in the mail. I send a video text. If I send really cool messages to him, being nice, hey Yakov, miss you, haven't seen you. Hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And what will he respond? Probably, in time, it happens. If I don't see you in the office for a while, I call you, don't I, Joseph? Yeah. Sandy was like, hey, I haven't seen Joseph in a while. I said, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna wait, what's going on? I called him, hey, what's going on? And I think I called you and you didn't answer the first time, and then you called me back, and then I called you back or something. But the thing is that the smarter part is getting more creative in how you're gonna contact people. Figure out different ways to do it, and stop trying to blanket contact people. In our coaching thing, what we talked about is that in our mind, what we want to do in real estate is we want to take out this big net in the ocean and throw it out in the ocean, and it's going to catch all these fish and bring all these fish back. What in reality happens is you take this big old net and you throw this big old net in the ocean, and the fish run. It hits the ocean, you come back with nothing, right? Anybody ever done a mass email? Anybody get listings from that? Yeah, probably not. So it's the one by one by one by one patient, boring stuff. So this is procrastination, call reluctance, like whatever you want to do it. You have to realize where this is hitting you. Me, rebelliousness. I'll do what I want to do. That's just me. Yeah.
Me, it's anxiety.
Yeah. But the best way to get past anxiety is you just got to face it head on, because it's never as bad as you think it is. Everybody, roller coaster, like, man, that roller coaster is super scary. But anybody ever think that and then get on the roller coaster and go, that was fun, let's do it again? Right? No?
I didn't see it, but yeah.
Well, you know, hey, you just don't like roller coasters, but it didn't kill you. But it didn't kill you. You're still here. The thing is, not do you want to, but could you do it again? You could do it again. You don't want to do it again, but the thing is that if you want to face anxiety, the best way is to just go head into it. And it's just like facing your fears. The more you do, and you know, I bet you Tracy could go into stage fright on this, because she used to be acting, and to stand up in front of people and do things like that is probably super scary. And I know she's battled that and has won against it. So if you guys have these issues, come talk to me. Like, part of my job as a team leader is I'm a therapist too. So like, you know, I just don't have the hourly charges that a therapist has. Right, yeah, I'll take your insurance. But this is the thing, I've been doing this for 20 years. Almost everything that I bring to you, I've experienced. I've helped other people get past. And I'm still dealing with a lot of this stuff. There's people that I'm like, I don't want to call or text this guy. Like, seriously? Like, I have to call an agent today, and it's not going to be a nice phone call because of some situation that happened. But I know, you know what? I know after the call, we're both going to feel better about it. But doing the initial call is not going to be fun, but I'm going to do it. And it's just like, you just have to take that first step.
I'm blocking my,
Questions or thoughts?
Fear exists in the moments before the action, right? In the action itself, it usually, fear dissipates, right? And
Yeah.
it's all that, it's all the narratives we create in our mind.
Absolutely.
I was also with anxiety, and then I was really thinking like, I know it scares me, that means that I need to do it.
Yeah.
And it's not easy sometimes that I need to push myself and think like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Okay,
Not-
whatever will
not
happen,
gonna
will happen, even though, but I don't want to have that feeling anymore.
Yeah.
So I have been working on it, and I feel better, and now I know what my next step is. I have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing good ever came out of comfort zone. So if you're comfortable, that's your first clue that you got to do something different. So, all right, guys. Yes, sir.
That's just, we were talking about the same topic yesterday in the office about attaching your why, your reason for why you do what you do has to be greater than the fear of what you're about to do, right? So like getting on the phone and calling somebody, there's fear around that. But what is scarier than that is not paying your electric bill, not feeding your kids, not doing. So if you could just think about your why, your purpose, why you're doing what you do, that's it just has to be greater than that fear of talking to somebody who might hang up on you. Then it's just like, then it's nothing. So I'm guilty of that as well. Like, it's just like, I was like, oh, what are they gonna say? Or who cares? Like, it's just because I've got bills to pay. I have mouths to feed. And that's, as long as you can remind yourself of that, then you can get through calling people and door knocking and
You're
doing.
right, because now I say, okay, I feel like I found certain situations in a specific, and I said, okay, I feel like I'm scared about this, okay, I will just get it. If I have, I will do it anyway.
Yeah.
And that's helping what he's saying as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, like,
Yeah.
Nike.
Just
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Nike's a great brand. I mean, everybody knows Nike, right?
Just do it.
Do you know what Nike is?
Sure.
Right. Google Nike and the shoe brand will come up. But do you know what Nike really is?
Huge corporation.
Nike is the Greek, do you know?
Go ahead.
The Greek god for victory.
The Greek god for what?
Victory.
Oh, victory.
Yeah, so the Nike brand is so powerful that if you Google it, it actually suppresses mythology. I'll give you another example. Google Amazon. I challenge you to find a rainforest on that first page of Google search images. That's how powerful branding is. And part of the reason they're so powerful is that they talk to more people than anybody else. So if you talk to more people than anybody else, what would your brand look like? So we have one more affiliate before we wrap everything up, is we have Old Republic in the house back here. So there she is. Come up here really quick and they'll wrap everything up.
Great information.
Oh, thank
I
you.
took a picture too and stuff, so. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to come in and introduce myself to some of you that might not know me. I'm Gloria with Old Republic Home Warranty. This last year, I just celebrated 26 years with Old Republic, always just with Old Republic. And our company this year will celebrate 50 years, also serving you as home warranties. A couple of things I just wanted to quickly mention is I work with Old Republic and we are a CRES office. Your office is now also CRES, which means there's many benefits by working with us. CRES benefits means that if you as an agent was to go to court, there's a deductible that you agents have to pay. I'm not really sure what your deductible is, but usually it's about 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. It just depends on what office. But by using our product, if you go to court and your deductible would be reduced by $5,000 off the top. Okay, by putting Old Republic Home Protection CRES. So it would save you 5,000. None of us want to go to court, but it's just nice to know that if you did, there's $5,000 off just for using Old Republic Home Protection. The second benefit on the E&O side would be that when you go out and you list a property and that seller lives in the home, it's a single family condo, townhouse, or mobile home, that seller, because they listed with you, now has $50,000, okay, $50,000 of E&O protection for the first 6 months after the close of escrow. So let's say the buyer moves in and they don't like something and they want to try to sue your seller would go to court and they pay a deductible of up to $2,500, but the remaining up to $50,000 would be paid by the E&O company because again, you chose Old Republic Home Protection CRES. That's just the E&O side benefits. On the home warranty side, your customer gets 13 months instead of 12. The roof is included, so they don't have to pay the $100 extra. It's already part of our plan. Our plan limit on the roof is $1,500, which most home warranties only cover $1,000. And then our deductible of $85, they're only going to pay that if we go out there and we render service. If we go out there and it's not covered, they don't pay anything. Most home warranties, it doesn't matter. If we go out, you have to pay, including our 12-month. But our 13-month right now, it still has that coverage. I will say that within 2 months, like our prices are going to be changing and coverages are going to be changing. So if you do have anything that has a home warranty and you would like to try our product, please see me after the meeting and I'll be happy to order it for you. I'm sorry, yes, all home warranties right now are going up. I'll tell you, as a whole, home warranty industry since COVID have been in the red. We have not been making money. We have not, and so companies need to make money, right? And so you'll see that all home warranties are going up in price because on the good part, your customers means they're using the home warranties, right? And so, if it goes up $20 in the overall scheme of things, it doesn't matter. I'll share a quick story. I have a leak. I had Old Republic before and we got a new air conditioner and we got the pool ticket. We got a lot of repairs, so many repairs that Old Republic didn't renew me. This was last year. I said, oh, I had to find somebody that's like compares to us, and I didn't find anybody. So yesterday we had a plumber at our house and he says we have a leak under our kitchen and I'm on a slab, so now it's gonna cost like, he's saying about $3,800 at least on a good case scenario. Okay, so now it's like, I wish I would have had home warranty. So don't put your customers in that kind of a situation. It's, $445 is nothing for the biggest investment of their life. Okay, I'm here to service you, yes.
Let's say that the warranty is out 2 years later, usually it's 1 year, right? They can actually purchase another year. Can they purchase more after that, or that's it?
A lot of people renew with us. Some people have been with us for 20 years. They can renew. The price does go up a little bit, but now they can make payments. Okay, I think it's like 60% of the people with us do renew.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's, yes.
Gloria is amazing, you guys. I've used it in the past. She is really good. And not only that, she gave me a book. She gave Mitra and I a book, The Compound Effect. I'm reading it. It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, I'm here. Yes.
What would make them wanna sue? Well, I don't know if this is a good question, but what would cause them to sue?
There's so many people that are so happy, so many people, for so many things they want to sue and stuff like that. There's just so many reasons. But it's good to know that you would be covered as an agent with 5,000 just for using our product, right? And your customer would have 50,000. And I do have, like I said, experience, 26 years of experience. All you have to do is call me if you need anything at all. I'm here to service you. Even if something's not covered or you're not happy about something, give me a call. Give me a chance and see what I can do to help you look good. Yes, I'm gonna give everybody my card when we step out. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Wishing everybody a good
Thank
day.
you. Thank you. I had a problem with that, very small misunderstanding. She took care of it and I do appreciate it.
Yes.
Just want to let you know.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
If you have a service coordinator, just so you know, so your customers are not just gonna be put in as a number. So if you have a service issue and you get me involved, I get Margarita, and she is amazing, and she will talk to your customers, and she has her team, and I tell her, you know what, take care of my customer, and she already knows, just take care of all my customers.
You give
Okay,
us
so just let
margaritas?
me know. Margarita in the house.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard. I get margaritas. So I'm in.
That's the key word.
All right, needs and wants. Anybody have needs and wants? Needs and wants before we wrap this up?
I need you to.
Needs and wants?
I still want to do as many open houses as possible.
Open houses, we have open houses available?
Yes.
Open houses here? Anybody, needs and wants? Anybody else?
Open.
Listings, buyers? Nothing, Joe?
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
But next
Okay.
week I'm gonna.
All right, next week. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Yes.
So, you mentioned something about calling.
Yeah.
I think that's.
What's up, buddy?
Because it seems to me it's.
You forgot to send me this to FB, remember?
So, where do you use exactly stuff? Where do you draw the line in that process?
So draw the line where?
Yeah, so you said you reach out. So you said you reach out like.
The batteries.
I told people to see how they got.
I'm saying like.
So I called you.
Like,
much
let's say,
time-
hey,
So if I, yeah, say, hey, how's it going? I haven't talked in a while. I reach out in kindness always. And I mean, nobody's gonna be really mad at you as long as you do it that way.
But I'm asking something totally where, how insistent are you? How insistent are you versus until you kind of like let go and take a break for a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
Oh. So it's rare that it
Uh, Can we end this?
Oh, it's that meeting. What do you say?
Hold on, we're gonna end this.
Here's the camera.
Maybe I can get one of those KW hats one day. We'll see.